Okay, greetings all. I'm doing a new video. It's been a while and I apologize for that, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. So with this one, I'm going to start doing thrift store finds and well, not even just thrift store finds, finds in general. Whether it be a thrift store, flea market, pawn shop, used game place even, just because sometimes I'll get a really good deal on something in a used game store that's like you can't even get that on eBay at that point. So I figure I would just start off with this and see where it goes. So this is a accumulation of probably the last 3 weeks or so. Just because with the area that I live in the Philadelphia metro area, there's a lot of people that do gaming around here. So you have to kind of go almost, not every day, but very frequently, daytime, whenever you get the chance is pretty much a good time to go. And a lot of cases, there's really no good games to find. And then when you do find them, they're high in price. So it's few and far between when I find either a decent game or gem, especially a gem, with that. So I don't know how frequent the videos are going to be, but we'll at least go from here and see how it goes. So some of them I'll give descriptions on of the game itself. Others I really won't say anything. I'll just let you know that this is what I got. First off, VR baseball 99. Never played it. We'll see how that is. Big baseball fan. So next up, Simpsons Wrestling for the PlayStation 1. Now these games, anything with a yellow sticker for this week, which is when I picked it up, I picked them all up in the same place at the same time for these PS1 games here, were half off. So some of them I was not going to spend the $3 on. Others, obviously I would spend more than that. So Simpsons Wrestling, I played this before. I bought this brand new at Target when it first came out. Yeah, I don't know. I decided to give this another try. Just see how it is. This coming up, never played this series, but I wanted to at least give it a try, see how I like it and so forth. And especially because of who the developers are. Because now that I know who they are, and I really like the Uncharted series, I thought I would give this a go, and that's Crash Bandicoot. I was able to get the first one and the third one. I don't like greatest hits games, but I figure that's for collecting purposes. If I'm just going to be playing it just to see if I like it or not, I can always rebuy another one if I find a black seal or a black label. So first one and third one, I think this is the third one, maybe the second one. And if I like these, I'll go to the rest of it. Next one is Duke Nukem Time to Kill. I've never played the Duke Nukem series when it first came out. But I thought I would at least give it a try, see how I like it. I played Duke Nukem Forever, which is the newest one that came out for the next-gen consoles. That took like 10 years or so to develop. It's okay. So that made me at least give this a try and see how it is. Next up is Twisted Metal 2. Now I've tried this before, but I wanted to try it again. I do that a lot with games. I will buy them, try them, get rid of them, and then I almost have like a memento effect. I can't remember whether I like it or not, or I'll remember I like it, or not like it, but I'll be like, why specifically? So I'll be like, man, it's only $1, I'll get it, and try it again. So Twisted Metal 2, see how I like this. Maybe I'll continue through it. I remember I played the first level, wasn't too impressed, but we'll see. And next up is Alien Trilogy. Now I've watched the first Alien movie, and that's pretty much as far as it's gone. I've never watched anything past that point. Never played an Alien game, not even the ones in the arcade that everyone talks about. I think that's Alien. But this one looks pretty cool. It looks like a first-person shooter. Initially, I thought it was something where you actually aimed at the screen. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to play this. But it looks like a first-person shooter, so I will give that a try and see if I like it. Okay, next up, I seen this and I was absolutely ecstatic. Doesn't have the back insert, but I couldn't say no because I'm a huge fan of the series. This is definitely, to me, in my opinion, one of their weakest titles, but Mortal Kombat 4, this is when it really started to go downhill for the series. I remember so much hype on this game, and I remember playing it in the arcade, but for whatever reason, I still wanted to get it on the console. I didn't, but it's nice to have, so. Alright, next up, I have this, and then I think I got rid of it, and I don't know what I did with it right now, so, but I'm excited to have this, and that's Grand Theft Auto. This one actually came with the map when you first got the game, and the map, just like all the other maps, this one's kind of simplistic, but gives you an idea of the 3 towns. No writing on it. I'm very happy with that. I love these little maps, especially the first one, because I remember playing so many hours of just driving around shooting things and not even doing the missions, but I apologize for that. I have people working right next to my window, which is awesome. So yeah, I mean, if you see this at any price, well, not any price, but definitely pick it up if you're a fan of the Grand Theft Auto series. Now, it's completely an aerial view, so you're just pretty much going to see the car at the bottom look like a little micro machine almost driving around, but it's really nice. And the other nice fact about this is, pretty sure they do the same thing with these. This version is you can actually play this in a CD player, so you can listen to the soundtrack on the radio, on your radio if you wanted to. Each track is like of the station that you switch to, but when I was younger and I had a Discman, and that was the only thing I was looking for anything to possibly play, so I threw my PlayStation games in. I figured, hey, it's a CD, whatever. And then I seen that one worked, and I think that was like the only one out of all of them, but obviously there's probably more. I didn't have that many games, but it's nice to see that works. Next up, I've never played the series on Super Nintendo or 32X when they had one of those. I think there was one on PlayStation. The only one I've ever played was the one on the PC, and that was the third one, but I really liked it, so I decided to pick this up, is Final Doom. This one doesn't have the manual, but it does have the back insert, so this person was all over the place with whether they kept some and threw out the others, and it doesn't make any sense, but this looks really cool. I want to try this out, and I'll probably be really happy with it. So, and then the last one I found at Goodwill, and this came complete. Doesn't have the demo disc, but it's an absolute favorite of mine. That's Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Yeah, I could go on for days about it, but this is a great game. Very happy with that. Okay, so that was the end of the Goodwill ones, and to find out what else I got, we'll just start going through these really quick. Now I went to a flea market, and I picked these games up. So these I very rarely will spend more than like $5 on. There is one though that I did spend $6 on, but it'll make sense when I show it to you. I can never get these things open. So this one I think was only $1, maybe $2. Super Mario Land for the Game Boy. And I become very picky on the games I pick up, so I used to pick up pretty much anything that I could find, but nowadays I am picky on that, just so I don't have 8 million games laying around. Then we have, this woman had a Game Boy Advance and some games in there, and she wanted $15 for the Game Boy, and I'm not going to spend that. I already have a Game Boy, so and in advance. But I thought, I asked her how much the games were individually, and she was like $2. So this is the only good one that I've seen out of the titles. Super Mario Advance. So I picked that up. And I personally like the series, so I thought I would give this a try. And that's SimCity 3000 Unlimited. Only spent $2 on that, so, and it's in decent condition. Nice thing is about these games is that even if it doesn't come with the key on the back, you can find easily keys for these games, so you don't have to worry about it. So, next one up, I am not a Star Wars fan really, but I thought I would give this a try and see how it is. Maybe I'll like it, maybe. And that's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, or is it Star Wars 2 Knights of the Old Republic? The Sith Lords. So I decided to get that. Comes with 4 discs, and I got that for I think $2, maybe $3. So I always look for the key codes. Sometimes they have them. I don't know if this one does or not. But like I said, in most cases you can find key codes from somebody that'll have it on there. This one has all of them. I haven't been able to find a boxed version of this with all of them in there, but it's kind of a duplicate from the one I just picked up, but I wanted it because it was complete, and that's SimMania 2. And this comes with SimCity 3000, Sim Theme Park, which is kind of like Roller Coaster Tycoon, Sim Coaster, so it's a little bit more in depth with that, and then Sid Meier's Sim Golf. I really like the Sim Golf. I don't know why, but I do. So you build your own little golf course, create the holes, and then randomly cranes will start appearing, wandering around, causing chaos. So I figured I would get that. This is what I found in the very beginning of the morning, and this is probably the most expensive game I bought that day. And there was another game, but I don't know where that is right this second, so that'll be probably part 2 if I do a part 2 of this later. But this one I was very excited to get, and that is the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind Game of the Year Edition. And not only is it the Game of the Year Edition, but it comes with everything, I'm pretty sure. And my big thing is how good a condition is the game in, because that is the key thing with these things. Some games are really scratched up and you can't do anything with them, even if you get them resurfaced, because they're beyond repair. This thing is like new. I don't see one scratch on it, so very, very excited about having this. I feel like this is really good quality. I spent $6 on it, but I know what it goes for online. I know what some of these games go for, so I can kind of not even have to check my phone to make sure that I'm like getting a good deal, that I don't have to spend a ridiculous amount of money. So I figure $6, it's worth it. Even the guy said, when his friend said how much it was, he was like, you should have charged him more, but hey, whatever. So going through on the next sort of games, these are some other games I picked up. Now, since this is my first video doing it, I thought I would at least show that I picked these up. And that's Command & Conquer for the Nintendo 64. And then Castlevania for the Nintendo 64. I had a chance to just try this recently. It is interesting, that's to say the least. Now this one came with Nintendo 64, and I got it for $10, and I was ecstatic to find something like this, because usually they'll pile in a crappy sports game, and then the Nintendo 64 will be like $15 that they want for it, and you're like, meh, whatever. But Super Smash Brothers for the 64. I'm not a fan of the game, but collecting-wise, it's awesome to have it. So I tried it. Maybe I'll try it by myself. I tried it with my fiance, and we aren't really feeling it too much, but maybe if I just go all out against the computer, maybe I'll find it interesting. Next one up is Mystical Ninja, starring Gomon. This is an interesting game, considering that some of the moves that he does and everything, like you have two people and everything, and you can actually make them lay on the ground, and then as you move them, they'll move like an inchworm going across, and then the other guy that you can switch to will lay on his back and do it the other way. So it's like really odd, but it's interesting. I mean, it's definitely something that I'll definitely give a try, because it is by Konami, or Konami, however you say it. Then I went to another thrift store, and these ones I picked up, and I was excited, very excited for this, because very rarely will you ever see good SNES games in there. I mean, you'll find sports titles, and it's like meh, but so I was very excited about that. We'll do first one is this, and that is Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I don't know if I have this or not, but I surely wasn't going to let it sit there. I want to try the Zelda games. I have most of them, but when I'm deciding for a game that I want to play, I usually go towards something I'm familiar with. Zelda games I'm not familiar with, because I never played them when I was younger, because I didn't have the system, so I decided to get that. These were all $242. And most of them have Sean O on it, so thank you, Sean O. Next one is Kirby Superstar, and it's 8 games in 1. I had a chance to actually try this on my PSP, and it is an interesting collaboration of games. I have never played this or owned it, so this is definitely something I'm going to keep. Oh, and also another thing that is interesting is if you see marks like this on the games, and it's the plastic, use what is known as a magic eraser. Those will get pretty much almost anything off of these. Now you got to be careful if you're using it on the label though, because it will take the paint off, or the label part off. But if it's like plastic and everything and you don't care, you just want it off, good chance the magic eraser is going to get it off. So I haven't had a chance to take that part off, but I'll try to get it up to respectable condition and then go from there. And then this one absolutely made it. I was so excited to find this. Now I own it on the Sega Genesis, and then I actually went as far as to getting it a case for it, just so I had the case for it. So I'm actually reselling that game on the Sega because it came with a game, because I was able to get it for cheap. But when I seen this, I wanted it on the Super Nintendo anyway, and that is Rock and Roll Racing. For you guys who have never played Rock and Roll Racing, this is by Blizzard. Get this game. If you like racing games, if you like off-road with the type of feel that it has to it, or Championship, what is it, RC Championship Pro-Am, this is pretty much it to a T. This is unbelievable. Like, I will definitely play a lot of hours on this one as well. I play it on the PSP, I play it on the Sega. I can't get enough of this game, so I am so very happy to have this. And you really need to check it out. Check out the gameplay, check out anything you can possibly see on there. And they have some arcade games that are kind of like this too, so you can check those out as well. I can't think of the name offhand. There's one that's like that, that's an arcade version, but extremely happy to have this, like I said before, in the collection. So that's it for right now. Oh, actually, you know what? I completely forgot. Also, I found this, and I know it was out for the Sega Saturn. I didn't know it was out for the computer. And I have a 64-bit OS on mine, so I gotta figure a way to rig it to get this to play on my computer. But once I do, I'll be pretty happy because I want to try it out. And that is D for the computer. I love horror stories. I love horror games. So very excited to get this. This was only $2. So that is what I've found so far. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode.